Okay, so if you're watching this, that means we need to redo your functions check 2 and just make sure we have some of those standards a little bit better. So we're gonna do a quick run through here of some of the key concepts, some things that are gonna come up, some of the common mistakes that I see, and just clarify some things that come up on that check. And then when you're finished watching this, feel free to ask me any questions if there's things that you're not sure on or things you need clarified. And then you will retake that functions check 2. So that functions check 2 is going to show up underneath your quizzes, right? It's that functions check 2, and you are just going to retake it. So it has unlimited attempts, so you're just going to retake it and go from there and see how you do. So some different things that you're going to need to know how to do on this functions check, some things I want to give you some reminders of, some skills we make sure we're still able to do. We should be able to write the equation of a line when we are given different info. Okay, so one of the ways we should be able to write the equation of a line is if we are given m and b. Okay, so if I tell you that the slope is 1/2 and our point is 4, we're given m and b, then we should be able to plug, not point, sorry, y-intercept, then we should be able to plug into y equals mx plus b. Okay, where we're just plugging that 1/2 in for m and that 4 in for b, and so we'd say y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Okay, we should also be able to write the equation of a line if we are given a slope and a point. So if I say m equals 4 and our point is -2, 8. Now those formulas are given to you on your check, but you need to know that you're looking for the point slope formula, right? We're given a point and we're given a slope, so that means that we need to use the point slope formula. Okay, so that point slope formula says y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Okay, where 4 is going in for m. Okay, and then this is an ordered pair, x sub 1, y sub 1. Okay, so over here we're going to have x minus -2, right? And those two negatives we can simplify into a positive. And over here we'll have y minus 8. We don't want to leave our answer in this form, so we're going to solve this for y. So we'll say 4x plus 8, right? When we distribute, we multiply, so 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 2 is 8. And then we will undo subtraction with addition. And we will get y equals 4x plus 16. Okay, you should be able to find lines that match a graph. Okay, so we can do that a variety of different ways. So maybe we are given the graph of a line, which this isn't going to be perfect, but okay, so if we're given a line like this, we should recognize that this has a b of -3, right? It's on the y-axis at -3. We always find our b value on the y-axis. And we have a slope of up 2 over 1. So we know our slope is +2 over 1 or just 2. So a couple things we could then tell. We could tell that in slope-intercept form, this would be y equals 2x minus 3. Just like we talked about in this first problem up here, right? I'm just plugging into y equals mx plus b form. Okay, we could then also look at other formats. So if something shows up and it's in the format of maybe 4x plus 2y equals 8. Okay, we would need to solve this for y. That would be one option. Okay, and when we solve this for y, we end up with y equals -2x. Sorry, my paper doesn't quite fit. I'm trying to move it over. Plus 4, and that's not the same equation as what we originally got. So this would not be an answer that we would want to pick. Okay, we could also look at this option and do the cover-up method, right? We could say 8 divided by 4 is 2, which means our x-intercept would have to be 2, and our y-intercept would have to be 4. Our y-intercept is not 4. Okay, same thing for point slope form. If we were given something in this format, we could solve it for y and see if we get that same thing of y equals 2x minus 3. Okay, we should be able to tell if points are a solution set to an answer. So if we are given a graph, okay, and we want to know if points are solutions or not. Remember, anything that's falling in the shaded area would count as a solution. So this is a solution because it's in the shaded area. This is a solution because it's in the shaded area. This is a solution because it's in the shaded area. This is not a solution because it is not in the shaded area. Okay, now if we look on the line, anything that falls on the line, if the line is dashed, it does not count as a solution. If the line is solid, it does count as a solution. And remember, it's the same idea as that open circle and a filled in circle. That dashed line we would fall through, so it does not count as a solution. We should be able to graph. Okay, so if we are given something in slope intersect form. So if I'm giving something like y equals negative 3x plus 2, we should know that we're going to start at 2 because that's our y-intercept. And so for a slope of negative 3, we would go down 3. So down 1, 2, 3, right 1. And that would be our graph. We should be able to solve for y even if there's a fraction. So maybe we have something like 4x plus 3 halves y equals 9. Okay, if we do that, we should be able to know that we are moving our x to the other side. So we'll get a negative 4x plus 9. Okay, we can then either undo this fraction by multiplying by the reciprocal or just undo multiplication with division. Just know that that needs to happen all the way through. Do not be afraid to pick up your calculator. Okay, don't be afraid to type into your calculator negative 4 divided by 3 ABC2. Okay, we'll get a negative 8 over 3. And here we will get a 6. Okay, the last thing that you should be able to do is plug in and get corresponding input and output values for a table. So if we have a function table, and we are given the function rule, maybe y equals x plus 4, okay, and it asks us to plug in some values, we should be able to take that value and plug it in for x. So instead of saying y equals x plus 4, we should be able to say y equals negative 4 plus 4, which equals 0, and so we would fill this in with a 0. Okay, we should be able to say y equals 0 plus 4, and fill that in with a 4, and y equals 7 plus 4, which gives us 11. Okay, so you have two options. You can either decide to just go ahead and retake that functions check if you feel like that was enough review that you needed. Or there's a practice functions check as well, where you can do a practice and then there's actually a video you can watch afterwards that explains every single problem for you.